So this is why you would want to equip your magnet before coming in there. Those zombies are a lot faster than the normal zombies throughout the rest of the mansion. You will scarcely come across zombies that are that fast. I don't know why they're that fast. I'm not really sure, but they just are, so you need to watch out for them. I'll try to point out wherever those quicker zombies are, so if anybody's playing this the first time through, they can be ready for them. So now we are going into the first area that we went in when we first saw this guy who killed Kenneth. And I don't know why I'm spinning in circles. So just take this guy out and then go up to Kenneth's body. Come on. He's doing a two-step. So if you examine Kenneth's body, you will find a clip. Another clip. There are a lot of clips in this game. I never understand why a lot of people are so low on ammo in this game when there are clips and shells everywhere. Even without the double ammunitions cheat, the game has ammo scattered all over the place. There's really no reason not to have any ammo unless you're just shooting wildly. Oh, here's this. His head clipped through the door. Yeah, why didn't him closing the door like that decapitate that zombie? So I just unlocked this door for the sake of completion, just so that later when I finish unlocking all the doors that this key can unlock, it'll be discarded. You really don't have to come in here, and that guy's one of the faster zombies, I forgot to point it out. But all that's in here is a clip and some shotgun shells, and you can't get those shotgun shells until you have a small key. So if you have a small key, you should probably come in here. If you don't, I wouldn't suggest coming in here. And really, I don't know, you really don't need the shotgun shells in here, so you can just unlock that door and be on your way. You don't have to come in here. Unless you want to change your costume, which I'm about to do right now. I actually really like this room. I just like the big mirror right there. And I think this room wasn't in the original version of this game. I know for a fact that you couldn't change your costume, so yeah. I'm not too sure if this whole area was just added into this one, or if it's just the costume part. And I've never heard any clothes sound like that when I was changing before. Oh, it's another difference from the director's cut is that some of the camera angles are changed. I won't be able to point them out because I've actually never really... I'm not sure... Well, does this game contain the... I know it has an original mode, but does it have the original camera angles? I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I played original mode. I think I've only played it like once or twice. Every time I played this game, I played it on arranged. And that's just how I'm used to the game. To me, arrange mode is original mode, so. So right now, we are going to see our friend Richard. Oh, and in this room, if you don't kill the 3 zombies that are in here currently, before going into this room that I just went in, when we come back out of here, the zombie placement is going to be different. So be wary of that when you leave this room. There's gonna be zombies in places that there weren't zombies before. So Richard is dead, and we just want his clip. As I said earlier, there are a lot of clips in this game. There's a lot of ammunition. And something that I believe that I was talking about in the earlier part was you could have gone through an alternate path. So rather than reading, what the hell is reading? Rather than meeting Rebecca in the safe room, you could have met her in here with Richard, and Richard would have still been alive. If he was, you would have had to go to that safe room anyway to get him serum. Then you would have to come back here and watch him drop dead. I used to always go the way where you see Richard drop dead, but as of late, I just don't, because it takes too long, in my opinion. If you just want to get through this game quickly and sufficiently, you should probably take the path that I took. But if you want to enjoy the game a bit more, I do suggest going to see Richard, because he has by far the worst voice actor in this game. But that's what makes him so great. I love that voice actor, and I love that scene, the one scene that he's in. And you also get to see Richard's wounds spew like volcano magma, or spew like hot lava out of a volcano. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. So in here, this is our first quote-unquote puzzle of the game. You just have to push the statues over the vents, so that when you push the red button, the poisonous gas won't leak into the room. It's really not much of a puzzle, but yeah, you don't want to suffocate to death, so you should do it. I really do like the puzzle that's in here in the remake a lot better, where you have to push those knight armors in a certain order. It's not a great puzzle, but really it's a lot better than pushing statues over air vents. At least you can say you were somewhat challenged by it. So that emblem we are not going to need for a bit, so I'm just going to put it inside of an item box. You don't need to pick up the botany book. Well, if you're first playing through, you should pick up every book you see and actually read through them, unlike me. I will be reading through one of the books. I'm pretty sure everyone knows which book I'm talking about. It's the only book worth reading, in my opinion. Or at least the only book worth reading multiple times. Oh, and right here, I'm just making sure none of the zombies are still alive. That's another thing that was added into the game. The auto-aim, which is really a godsend to this game. Without the auto-aim, it's a real hassle to kill some of these zombies. Not because they're hard or anything, or it's just every once in a while you come across a camera angle where you can't really tell whether or not the zombies are completely gone. And you can tell that they're completely dead by them falling to the floor and blood oozing out under them. Once that happens, you know the zombie's completely gone, so you're free to go. But yeah, sometimes the camera angle just doesn't work out, and you can't really tell, so the auto-aim really helps out in that regard. And speaking of the auto-aim, I actually own the original version of Resident Evil 2 that didn't have the auto-aim in it. Up until recently, I didn't have the version with the auto-aim. I just, maybe a few months ago, bought Resident Evil 2 DualShock, which contained the auto-aim in it. I bought it off the PlayStation Network for like $5 or $10. I don't remember how much it cost, but it is a lot better that way. I do still enjoy the original version, but I love having auto aim, and I like the controller rumbling also. My original version of Resident Evil 2 didn't use DualShock either. And it's probably one of my few games that actually don't use the vibration. My few PlayStation 1 games. So yeah, anyway, we're coming in here to do another one of those quote-unquote puzzles. Be sure not to get bitten like I did right there. And I am getting a lot of headshots. Oh, and, well, I'll talk about it later. So, in this room, we are going to do a puzzle. Not really a puzzle. We're just going to drain a fish tank and push a fish tank in a bookcase. Once again, not much of a puzzle, but it's good enough, I guess. Oh, and that white coat that was behind Chris, I don't know if it's a white coat or a lab coat, or, well, lab coats are white, but I don't know if it's a lab coat or just like a white jacket or something. It doesn't really matter, it has no bearing on this. I don't know why I'm still talking about it. So, yes, I think that white coat contains a clip or an ink ribbon. I don't really remember, and I forgot to click on it when I was playing through this. I might go back just to see if that white book contains anything of use. And don't hold me to that either. I'm I'm not completely sure if that coat has anything in it. Oh, and this room also contains a red herb and shotgun shells that you actually don't need a little key to get. Shotgun shells are just like beside the bed. And who puts shotgun shells beside their bed? But yeah, speaking of the herbs replenish your energy. So you're gonna want to pick up as many herbs as you can. You don't really want to pick them up, but just make sure to know where herbs are placed, so if you're in trouble, you'll know where to go. And as far as herbs go, you can actually combine herbs, the different colored herbs with one another. There are 3 different types of herbs: the green herb, the red herb, and the blue herb. The green herb can be used just to heal your energy. It won't heal as much energy as an herb that's combined with another. So the green herbs are good if you just lost like a little bit of power and you just have an herb to use. The red herb can't be used on its own. It has to be combined somehow with one of the herbs in order to be used. So if you combine a red and a blue, a red and a green herb, it'll completely replenish your energy no matter what status you're on, whether you're on fine, caution, or danger. Even though if you're on fine, you really don't need to use a mixed herb, but yeah, it'll completely heal you. So those are the best ones to get. The blue herb can only be used if you're poisoned. If you aren't poisoned, you can't use the blue herb on its own. But if you do mix the blue herb with the red and green, it'll completely heal you of anything. So if you're on danger and you're poisoned, those 3 amalgamated herbs will completely heal you of anything, and you'll be fine again. So I don't really see the use of mixing the blue herb, because I'm rarely ever on danger while being poisoned. Actually, I don't think I've ever been on danger while being poisoned. But yeah, you really don't need to worry about that. Just use the blue herb on its own. And you can combine 3 green herbs, which does the same thing as a red and a green. And it's gone on far too long, so this is the end of this part.